Hi guys, we're going to start today by making corrections on the paper practice that we worked on in class this week. So as we make corrections in this class, here's what I ask. First thing, I would like you to place a star on any problems that are correct the first time around as you're correcting. Okay, the second thing is circle a problem that is incorrect. And incorrect could also mean that you didn't complete because you weren't sure how. Okay, and then I ask that you fix your mistakes on that problem using the video to help you. Third thing, you do not need to put a score on the top of your sheet. Instead, what I would rather have is you put one sentence about how the practice went for you after you correct your mistakes. So let's go ahead and start with our first learning target, multi-step equations. We had a couple of problems here. So this first one, we're going to go ahead and move our smaller variable, which is 1c. We'll subtract c from both sides. So then we have c minus 5 equals 4. To get rid of a minus 5, I'm going to go ahead and add 5 to both sides, giving me c equals 9. Now, rather than watching me work through each of these problems, if you would like to fast forward this video to find your solutions and see what you got correct or incorrect, then you can go back and watch through any problems that you got incorrect. So that should save you some time here. Next one, moving my smaller variable, which is my 2r, so I'll subtract that from both sides. On the left-hand side, we'll have 6r plus 4. On the right-hand side, we'll have 10. Now to get r by itself, let's go ahead and subtract 4 from both sides, leaving me with 6r equals 6. To get rid of times 6, we'll divide by 6, and we'll get r equals 1. Level 2, we've got some parentheses now, so we'll start by distributing. We'll have 3t minus 3 equals 9 plus t. So first thing I'm going to do is move my smaller t, so we'll subtract t from both sides, leaving us with 2t minus 3 equals 9. Now to get t by itself, we'll add 3 to both sides, leaving us with 2t equals 12. Divide by 2, divide by 2, t equals 6. Next one, again, we'll start with distributing. So careful here that this negative sign out front is a negative 1 that's being distributed. So we're going to have negative x and negative 3. Next one, we'll distribute our 2, so 2t. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. We'll combine some like terms if we can. I see we can do 5 minus 3, which is 2. And on the right-hand side, we can do negative 1, take away 6, which is negative 7. Move our smaller t here. I'll go ahead and add 1x to both sides. Uh-oh, I see that I copied this incorrectly. Let's make this the same variable. Let's make this a t if we were confused. There we go, that'll change things. Okay, so there we go. Alrighty, so we'll add t to both sides then instead. I apologize. Some of you probably got a correct copy of this and some probably had an incorrect copy of this. But we should have the same variable across here. Alright, so now we have 2 equals negative 7 plus 3t. Add 7 to both sides. 9 equals 3t. Divide by 3, divide by 3. T equals 3. All right, next one here. We have distributing to start. So we'll get 2x plus 8 minus 5 equals 2x plus 3. We'll combine like terms, giving us 2x plus 3. Let's get our variables together by subtracting 2x on both sides, leaving us with 3 equals 3. This is a true statement, which means we have infinite number of solutions, so anything we would choose to plug in for x would work. Next one, distribute our -2. Get our variables together. So to get rid of a -2x, we'll add 2x on both sides, leaving us with -4 equals 1, which is not a true statement. So here we have no solution. Moving on to a word problem. We have a house painting company charges $376 plus $12 per hour. Another company charges $280 plus $15 per hour. When will these companies have the same price? So let's start by moving our smaller variable here, which is 12x. So let's subtract 12x from both sides, leaving us with 376 equals 280 plus 3x. Now we'll take 376 and we'll subtract 280 from both sides. So we'll have 96 equals 3x. Divide by 3, x equals 32. So the question here is how many hours will the company charge the same amount? So it will have 32 hours. And to find what that price will be, we'll plug 32 back into either one of these equations. So if I plug 32 back in for x, we'll have 12 times 32, which is 384, plus 376, which gives us $760 is what this cost would be. All right, on to our second learning target, which is literal equations. So as we solve this first one, we're trying to get m by itself. I'm going to circle m here. So to get m by itself, we're going to add 4n to both sides. So m is equal to 8 plus 4n, or if you had 4n plus 8, that's great as well. Now we'll get t by itself. So we need to subtract m to do this. So we'll have t equals r take away m. Some level 2 examples, trying to get x by itself. Let's go ahead and add 6 to both sides to start. Oops. So we'll have y plus 6 equals 5x. Now to get rid of times 5, we'll divide by 5, and we need to divide the entire side by 5. So we will come out here with y plus 6, all of this divided by 5, equals x. All right, our next one, solving for x again. So let's start by adding 5 to both sides. So we'll have x times y equals k plus 5. Now to get x by itself, we need to get rid of a times y, and we'll do that by dividing by y. So we'll have x equals k plus 5, all of this divided by y. Next one, solving for x. So let's get rid of this big divide by 3 first by timesing by 3 on both sides. So then on the left, we'll have x plus y. On the right, we'll have 15. To get x by itself, let's go ahead and subtract y from both sides. So we'll get x equals 15 take away y. Letter D, we're trying to get b by itself. So let's go ahead and get rid of this fraction first. To get rid of a times 1/2 or a divide by 2, let's multiply by 2 on both sides. Oops. Leaving me here with 2a equals b times h. Now to get rid of a times h, let's go ahead and divide by h on both sides. We will end up with 2a, all of this divided by h, equals b. Next one here, you guys are doing awesome. Solving for x. So let's go ahead and get rid of this minus g by adding g to both sides. So we'll have x divided by 5 equals a plus g. Now to get rid of a divide by 5, we're going to multiply by 5 on both sides. And this is a little bit tricky because we need to multiply both pieces by 5. The easiest way to do this is to put 5 outside of some parentheses to say that we're multiplying both pieces. But if you did 5a plus 5g and multiplied both of those pieces by 5, that would be the same as well. That's great. So you could have this answer as well. All right, one more level 2 problem. You guys are doing great. Solving for y this time. Let's go ahead and get rid of the plus 3x by subtracting it. So we'll have 7y equals 2 minus 3x. To get rid of the times 7, let's divide by 7 on both sides, leaving me with y equals 2 minus 3x, all of this divided by 7. And since 2 doesn't divide by 7 nicely and 3 doesn't divide by 7 nicely, it's probably easiest to leave our answer like this. And 2 level 3 problems and we're done, you guys. So here we go, we're going to solve for y. So first thing is we need to get rid of this times x on the outside that's kind of keeping our parentheses stuck. And to get rid of a times x, we'll divide by x. So now we'll have y minus 4 equals 6 divided by x. Now since these parentheses are no longer doing anything for our problem, we can go ahead and get rid of them. So now our last step here to get y by itself is to get rid of the minus 4 by adding 4. So we'll have y equals 6 divided by x plus 4. And our last one here, wonderful work, you guys. Here's b. So first thing let's do is get rid of this times a on the outside by dividing by a, because that is kind of keeping these parentheses stuck. Now, since b plus 1, we can't really simplify anything inside there, we can drop our parentheses. And we're trying to get b by itself, so we need to get rid of a plus 1 by minusing 1 on both sides, leaving me with b equals negative 2 over a minus 1 on the end. Wonderful work. Just a reminder to place any stars on problems that were correct before we went through this video, circle any problems that were incorrect and fix those problems. And I do not need a score on the top, but please put one sentence on the top of your practice to share how this went for you.